Three injured in St. Elizabeth crash. At least 3 people have been rushed to hospital following a 2-vehicle crash on the Peppermint Road in St. Elizabeth on Sunday. The crash involved a Toyota Corolla motor car and a Nissan Tiida motor car. Residents told reporters that the crash happened shortly after 6 p.m. It is not clear what led to the crash. Residents said the occupants of both vehicles appeared to have sustained serious injuries. The crash resulted in one of the vehicles landing in a ditch. A utility pole was also damaged during the crash. When police and firefighters responded to the scene, another accident happened meters away. In that incident, a pickup truck transporting cattle crashed into a utility pole. The occupants of the pickup were not injured. 2 brothers shot dead while playing domino in Westmoreland. The bloodletting continued in Westmoreland as 2 brothers were shot and killed while playing dominoes at a shop in Burn Savannah, Frome in the parish on Saturday night. The deceased men have been identified as 44-year-old auto mechanic Damien Powell, otherwise called Donkey, and 42-year-old businessman Colin Daly, otherwise called Gary, both from the community. A 61-year-old man was also shot and injured in the incident. It is reported that shortly after 9 p.m., the brothers were among a group of men at a shop playing dominoes when they were pounced upon by 2 men on a motorcycle. The men on the motorcycle opened gunfire at the group of men who ran frantically in different directions in fear for their lives. After the shooting subsided, Powell and Dale were found motionless, lying on the ground suffering from what appeared to be gunshot wounds to the upper bodies, and another man was found suffering from a gunshot wound to his right leg. All 3 injured men were transported by the police to hospital, where Daly and Paul were pronounced dead on arrival. The injured man was treated and admitted in stable condition. 2 people, including teen, charged with stabbing woman during argument. A bartender and a 17-year-old girl have been charged after they allegedly stabbed a woman in the face and back during an argument in the Cornwall District, St. Elizabeth on May 9. Charged are 19-year-old Sachet Green of Snipe District in the parish and the teen girl. They have been charged with wounding with intent. It is alleged that about 4:50 p.m., Green and her co-accused visited a business establishment where an argument developed between them and a woman. The argument became physical, and the 2 accused used a knife and scissors to inflict wounds to the woman's back and face, a report stated. She was assisted to hospital, where she was treated. Shortly after the incident, residents held Green and the teenager and handed them over to the police, where they were charged 2 days later, police stated. A court date is being arranged for them. Residents mourn 3 victims of Westmoreland crash. 4 blooded slippers, a black Adidas school bag, a blue water bottle, a pair of gloves, a sea of shattered glasses painted the grim picture of the scene in Little London, Westmoreland, that claimed the lives of 3 people Friday night. Alwyn, 48-year-old, and his 14-year-old daughter Shanique, and Owen Barnes died tragically in the crash. The father and daughter's trip to catch crabs and Barnes' travel to visit his daughter were cut short. Alwyn and his daughter, who was a student at Godfrey Stewart High School, are said to have been sharing a close-knitted relationship. They were pinned down in the vehicle that they were traveling in and died together at the scene of the crash. Shanique was so close to her daddy. They had a close relationship. She really connected to her father, Tucker Thomas' cousin stated. She describes the father and daughter as jovial, adding that Alwyn, a welder, was also hardworking. One resident of Little London community described the aftermath of the crash that involved a Toyota Hiace bus and a Toyota Corolla motor car. Me hear the big blast, and when me come out, me see the crowd and 3 men out in the minivan, and they were rushed to hospital. I heard the little girl a bawl out, said the resident, who lives in close proximity to where the accident happened. She a bawl and push her foot too, and a try come out. She bawled till she dead in there. The distraught woman lamented as she described that Alwyn was also pinned down in the Toyota Hiace bus. According to the police, about 9:40 p.m., The ICE bus and the motor car were traveling in opposite directions along the roadway when the two vehicles collided head-on. The police were summoned and the injured people were transported to hospital, where the drivers of both vehicles, along with Shanique, who was a passenger in the Toyota ICE bus, were pronounced dead. A big disaster. Them not take time, like the road a run well left them. If them never did a go hard and them crash, it wouldn't look so bad. Why you have to angle the road so? The woman questioned. A businesswoman who identified herself only as Peggy told reporters about her friendship with Barnes. He's a jovial person, pleasant, smiling. Owen is my best friend, no joke about that. I miss him so much. Right now, my eyes them are run tears from morning, she stated. The businesswoman was particularly concerned about the number of fatalities in the Little London community. If I no cow kill we, a goat, and if I no goat, a dog. It's that this community needs some prayers, the concerned woman stated. Meanwhile, counsel for the Little London division, Ian Miles, also voiced his concern with the number of accidents in the parish. I am saddened by the series of accidents that are taking place in the parish of Westmoreland and the numerous fatal crashes as a result of these accidents. Just this week, 2 persons lost their lives in Cave, in the parish, and a 9-year-old girl was mowed down on the Little London main road. And last night, 3 persons would have died, a distraught Miles noted. He stressed that the accidents are happening too frequently and appealed to the motorists to operate more cautiously and more responsibly on the road. St. Elizabeth policewomen who rescue children in need awarded on Mother's Day. 2 policewomen were recognized Sunday for their adoption and care of children in need who they met while on duty years ago. The women, Corporal Karen Austin and Detective Corporal Perlin Simmons, were on Mother's Day presented with citations and plaques at an award ceremony at the Black River Police Station. The award ceremony was organized by the leadership of the St. Elizabeth Police headed by Superintendent Coleridge Minto. Corporal Austin adopted a 15-year-old girl in 2012 after the child was found in Santa Cruz Market. The child was reportedly abandoned by her mother and was a victim of abuse. Austin adopted the child and assisted her in her studies into university. Detective Corporal Simmons adopted a 13-year-old victim of incest. The child was reportedly impregnated by her father. Simmons also rescued a foreign national who was trafficked into the island. Both women were commended for going above their call of duty in being mothers to children in need and care and protection. Minter explained that upon hearing the exemplary service of the women, he coordinated the award ceremony. As part of the continued celebration of Mother's Day, we decided to honor the mothers in St. Elizabeth Division. We also selected 2 persons whose stories were outstanding. These mothers went beyond the call of duty and assisted children over many years and made their home a home for children who they came in contact with during their course of their duties, he stated. Having heard their stories, we felt it is important to recognize them on Mother's Day for the good deed that they did, and we are indeed excited to celebrate with them and certainly other mothers across the parish of St. Elizabeth, added Minto. Youth Regional Agricultural Exchange Program coming soon, stated Green. Young people in agriculture are set to benefit from experts from across the region through a soon-to-be implemented Youth Regional Exchange Program. Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining Fred Green made the announcement at the 4-H National Achievement Expo held at the Denby 4-H Center in Clarendon on Friday. Green said the initiative, which will be launched shortly, will enable members of the Jamaica 4-H clubs to travel free of cost to other Caribbean islands to acquire knowledge on how they do agriculture and to learn best practices. He further stated that the program will provide the opportunity for young people from across the Caribbean to visit Jamaica to spend time on farms and learn from Jamaican farmers. Green said a platform will be set up where youth will be linked with others, either somebody in agriculture here or across the region, to pass on expert knowledge in farming. In the meantime, the minister stated that through the work of the 4-H clubs, more young people have been entering the agricultural sector. More youth are leading their schools across the National School Gardens program. More are coming up with innovative ways to address our challenges and are seeing agriculture as the future where they can truly get wealth and build their enterprise, Green stated. He informed that the Rural Youth Economic Empowerment Program has been expanded, adding that hundreds of young people between the ages of 18 and 35 have been trained and provided with inputs to build sustainable enterprises. The Jamaica 4-H Clubs is the leading youth training organization with more than 105,000 members across Jamaica. It provides various training opportunities to young persons between the ages of 5 and 35 years. Clubs are formed in schools, churches, communities, and special youth facilities. Its mission is to mobilize education and train young people in agricultural, homemaking, leadership, and social skills, which will prepare them for or influence them into careers of agriculture and agro-related occupations. The movement also seeks to provide a credit of training young leaders capable of contribution to national development. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.